Very good morning, students. Let us start our today's class with a prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Amen. Dear children, we are going to see the third lesson, Matter Around Us. By learning this lesson, we can be able to define matter and develop an understanding on the particle nature of matter. And we can easily sort the objects on the basis of certain properties. We can differentiate solid, liquid and gases based on the arrangement of their particles. Differentiate pure substances from mixture and identify the need for separation of mixture, and we come to know various methods which is suitable for separating given samples of mixture, and also acquire an awareness on food adulteration and its harmful effects. Let's enter into the lesson. Matter is everywhere around us. Everything surrounding us is consists of matter. So what is a matter? Matter is defined as anything that occupies space and has mass. Anything that occupies space and has mass is considered as matter. Matter is found in three major states, namely solid, liquid and gases. So matter is found in three states, solid, liquid and gases. What is the definition for matter? Matter is defined as anything that has mass and takes up space. So this is the definition for matter. So how can we find the matter, and the matter consists of what? The matter consists of very minute particle called atom. We cannot see atom in our naked eye, but using a standard electroscopic microscope we can easily see an atom. So what are all the instruments that can be used to see the atom? They are atomic resolution microscope and tunneling electron microscopes. These microscopes are useful to see the atom which is in the matter. So we can conclude that every matter is consist of a minute particle called as atom. Every particle consists of minute particle called as atom. So the atom, the matter occupies space and has mass, and which is its nature. Many philosophers pondered over this question and came out with ideas. It is known that in Indian philosopher Kannada and Greek philosopher Democritus has their ideas similar. In India, the philosopher called the minute particle as Paramanu, and Democritus called it as atomus. So both are same, very minute particle which is present in or the matter made up of. Okay. So first, this is atom. See, this is the atomic structure. At the core, at the center, you can see the nucleus. Inside the nucleus, blue and red color is given, no? So it is proton and neutron. Proton is positively charged and neutron is neutral. And center part is called as, core part is called as nucleus. See the green rings, these are all electrons. Electrons revolve around this nucleus like this in our solar system. Okay, electrons revolve around this nucleus. Depending upon the atom matter, the number of electrons and the number of protons and neutrons vary. Electrons are negatively charged. Molecule, it may be made up of one atom or more than one atom. It is called as molecule. For example, helium atom high Chi, helium molecule also high Chi, molecule made up of one atom. Consider in the case of hydrogen atom H, only single hydrogen. Hydrogen molecule H2, two hydrogen atoms combine together to form hydrogen molecule. See, water H2O is the molecular formula. So 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen make a water molecule. So it is made up of 3. More than 3, many number of atoms can make a complicated molecule. So that is what given in your textbook. Okay. So these different kind of molecules are compresses together to form matter. Okay. Now we are going to classify the solid liquid gases on the basis of two important factors. One is the way the particles are arranged. The second one is the way the particles attract each other. Okay, so that's what given under the topic characteristics of particles of matter. So particles of matter have a lot of space in between them. For example, if you want to prepare any sugar syrup, means you will add some quantity of sugar inside water. You stir it well, and can you easily distinguish or identify the sugar particle in the water? No, you cannot. Why? The sugar occupies the space between the water molecule. The sugar occupies the space between the water molecule. So this is the first thing. What is that? The way the particles are arranged. Second thing, the particle of matter attract each other. So it is the force of attraction which keeps the particles together. This attractive force will be different for different form of matter. For example, have a chalk, and you can easily make it as a fine powder. Before that, it is bounded together. How? The attractive force between the chalk piece molecules. Okay. So the matter or particles of matter attract each other. So this attractive force differs for different matter, solid, liquid and gases. Now next we have to see the grouping of matter on the basis of physical state. The grouping of matter on the basis of physical state. So how can you group the matter? By this thing we come to differentiate between the properties of solid, liquid and gases. So now we are going to see the characteristics of the matter: mass, shape and volume of solid, liquid and gases. For that, let's take a solid, for example a stone. If you put a stone inside any container, do it shape of a stone changes? No, it doesn't. If you move the stone from the group to a table or place it on the shelf, does its shape changes? No, it will not happen. So the solid does not need a container. It stays as it is because its shapes are tightly packed and a definite shape. So this is the property of a solid. So the solid will not change according to the shape of the container. Consider in the case of liquid, the liquid will change its shape according to the shape of a container. A glass of water has the shape of the glass. If you pour that glass of water into a plate, it takes its own shape. So the gases changes its direction. Liquids changes its direction according to the shape of the container. Consider the shape of a gas. There is no shape. It occupies the container. It occupies the space if the container is closed. Okay. Next we need to see the another property named diffusion. Let us place a book on a table. Let it not be disturbed. Observe for a minute. It will not change from one place to another. Now take a glass of water and just drop a few drops of ink carefully at the center and do not shake or stir it. What will happen? The ink automatically started to diffuse throughout the water, but it takes time. Now light an incense stick and keep it on corner of the room. How fast you get the smell? So how did the smell reach you? So we can conclude that the particles of gases and liquids can move, and that among gases more easily. We can call this movement as diffusion. Diffusion is the tendency of particle to spread out in order to occupy the available space. So this is the table given for you to understand the arrangements of the particles in solid, liquid and gases. See the first column, the particles are arranged very tightly in solid, loosely in liquid, very loose in gases. In solid, the particles are tightly packed with very little space between them. There is not at all space between them. Particles in liquid are arranged in random, irregular way, but there is a slight bonding between them, and that bond can be easily broken. Okay, example water. And see in the case of gases, the particles in the gases are arranged far apart. They move freely. They can move everywhere randomly. Example gas. So this is the second property. So what we have seen in the first property, the shape, the second, the arrangement of atoms in the solid, liquid and gases. We are going to see the compressibility of a gas or compared to liquid solid as a third property. So let us take three different syringes. The first syringe is filled with chalk powder, the second syringe is filled with water, and the third syringe is filled with gas. You may have this kind of experience. The third syringe, which consists of gases, can be compressible very easily. But if the syringe is filled with water, the liquid, it is little hard to compress it. But in the case of chalk powder, it is not at all compressed. So the compressibility of gas is greater than liquid. Okay. So now we can see all the property as a whole. This is the table given in your book. So solids have definite shape and volume, no definite shape for liquids, and attain the shape of the vessel in which they are kept. In case of gases, have neither a definite shape nor a definite volume. Second point, solids are incompressible, liquids are compressible to a small extent, but in the case of gases, highly compressible. The third difference, there is a little space between the particle of solid. Particles are tightly packed or arranged. These particles have a greater space between them. Particles are not tightly packed or arranged. They are free to move. The space between gas particle is the greatest. Particles are very loosely packed or arranged. Fourth point, these particles attract each other very strongly. The force of attraction between liquid particle is less than the solid particle. The force of attraction is very least between gaseous particle. See the fifth point, particles of solid cannot move freely. These particles move freely. Gaseous particles are in a continuous random motion. It cannot be constrained to a particular place. Next we need to see mixture. Matter can be classified into two types, namely pure substances and another one is mixture. Pure substances can be further classified as element and compound. Mixture may be homogeneous or heterogeneous mixtures. So for a chemist, the word pure means something else. A pure substance is made up of only one kind of particle. Pure substance may be element or compound. An element is made up of same kind of atom. Molecule is the combination of two or more atoms. Compound is the substance formed by the chemical combination of two or more elements. These things you will learn in your higher studies later. Okay. We shall move on to the next topic. What is mixture? Mixture is a physical combination of two or more substances. Physical combination of two or more substances. The gold used to prepare jewelry is a mixture. It's a combination of gold, copper, zinc, etc. That's why it is called as 22 carat. A jewelry gold level is 22 carat. The pure substance gold means 24 carat. Okay. They have given you interesting examples for mixture. Fruit mixture, the edible mixture and vegetable salad, soda water. See, in the case of mixture, it can be easily seen. The different parts which is the part of the mixture you can easily see. Otherwise, in the case of soda, you cannot see or separate the components physically. You can easily separate the components physically in vegetable salad or fruit salad, etc. But in some other cases, you cannot see or you cannot separate the components physically. That's also called as mixture. Mixture need not to be separatable. It need not to be separatable. In some cases, the mixture is not separatable. Okay. Example, milk, lemon juices. You cannot separate the components after preparing lemon juice. The lemon, water, sugar, salt and some syrup. You cannot separate them after preparing the lemon juice. Okay. So mixer is an impure substance and contain more than one kind of particle. In the mixture, the components are mixed in any proportion. In a mixture, the components are prepared in any proportion. According to your taste, you may add more sugar or less sugar. So it is made up of any proportion. Next, we need to see the separation of mixture. There are various methods of separation of mixture. See first the filtering and sieving. The choice of a method of separation depends upon the properties of the component of the mixture. The separation method may be based on the particle size, shape and physical state. They may be solid, liquid or gases. Okay. See, Selvi's mother used a strainer to remove the tea leaves to get the clean liquid. Larger sized particle of tea leaves will be retained by the strainer while the clean liquid will pass through. This is called filtering. This method of separation is known as filtering. Okay. Sieving is similar to a strainer. Sieving is used when we have to separate solid particles of different size. Okay. The ஜல்லடை வச்சு சலிக்கிறாங்கல்ல அது ஓகேவா. நெக்ஸ்ட் wire mesh as a strainer sieve is used to be separate gravel from sand and a construction site. Okay. Next, churning is what is churning? When very fine insoluble solid have to be separated from a liquid, as in butter from the curd. The butter from the curd is removed by the process known as churning. The mixture is churned vigorously when solid butter will be collected on the side of the vessel. Both butter and buttermilk are obtained after churning are useful and can be consumed. So, crushing. When we pluck flower from plants, we are separating the flower from their stalk. Can we do the same for food grains like rice and wheat? No, it is not possible because the grains are small in size and also the quantity is very large. The former separate grains from their stalks by beating them hard. The grains are separated from their stalks. This is called threshing. Okay, beating them hard. See, this is called threshing. Okay. Next, winnowing. It is an agricultural method of separating grain from this one. Separating grain from husk. Rice, wheat and other food grains are covered in husk which cannot be eaten by us. Husk is very light and gets easily blown away by a breeze or wind. This method is winnowing. This is done by dropping the mixture slowly from a height in the presence of wind. Lighter solids, that is husk, will be carried by wind and will be collected in a separate heap, while the heavier solid, that is grain, will fall closer and form a separate heap. Next, hand picking. It is a very common method which is followed at our house itself. If the stones are visible in rice, then we can, in the rice or some other grain, we can easily pick and separate by hand. This is hand picking. Magnetic separation, next thing. In a mixture containing iron, this is only applicable when a mixture containing iron. The magnetic property of iron can be used to separate it from non-magnetic substances by using a magnet. Substances that are attracted to a magnet are called magnetic. Separating solids using a magnet is called magnetic separation. This method is known as magnetic separation. Next, we need to see sedimentation. What do you mean by sedimentation? Rice and pulses are often mixed with very fine straw, husk or dust particle, which have to be removed before cooking. The rice or pulses are washed in water. The lighter impurity float while heavier rice grains sink into the bottom. This is called sedimentation. Okay. The water with the impurities is carefully poured away, leaving clean rice at the bottom. This is called decantation. So let's see the definition for sedimentation and decantation. The settling down of heavier component of a mixture when allowed to remain undisturbed for some time is called sedimentation. What is decantation? This process is done after sedimentation. The supernatant liquid is slowly poured out from the container without disturbing the sediment. So the process of removal of water above the sediment is called decantation. But even after decantation, the water is not pure. The water is not pure, so we have to move to another process called filtration. So we will use filter paper to remove the finer impurities. The filter paper has very fine pores, much smaller than the solid particle. So we have this is the method of folding a filter paper. This is the method of folding a filter paper. You fold once and twice and separate the three one side and one another side. You can prepare a cone and you can pour the impure water inside it. Impurities are filtered by the filter paper and we can obtain get pure filtered water. Okay. Next we need to see food adulteration. It is a very vast thing, very commonly happening around us, especially edible food. The unwanted substances, harmful substances which is mixed with the food is called as food adulteration. In most houses, people use commercial water filter to remove not only the impurities but also to kill the harmful germs in water using UV rays. Reverse osmosis RO is a process of removing impurity from the water to make it potable. Food can also get adulterated due to carelessness or lack of proper handling. So before we consume food, we should be very careful about that, about our consumption. So we should see the expire dates and what are all the content of the food things. Okay, we should be very careful, otherwise we have to lose our health. An adulterated substance will not indicate the true property of the original substance. For example, used tea leaves are sometimes used as adulterated in tea. Turmeric powder, in the case of turmeric powder, they use coloring agent, yellow color chemical, which is poisonous to our health. So we should be very careful about this thing. Activity 8 is given, activity 9 is given. So if anybody interested to that to do that activity, you can do it. It is very interesting. Okay, you can go to Google and watch the food adulteration in the given website. You can gain more knowledge about it. I hope you understand this lesson. You learn well and develop your science knowledge. Thank you, girls.